live or just about to be. But not seeing. YouTube's giving me a black screen. Twitch is functional. Can I hear myself? I believe we are. Yep, okay, we're doing good. YouTube's giving me. Alrighty-o. Is YouTube working? B. Okay. But yeah, awesome. Alright, so I was just scrolling through Ox Twitter to get the news, to get the Turkey Tom retraction. He didn't retract. His accuser, one of 4, I think, by the end, but the most serious one, retracted. And I wanted to get to that, but I saw this, and I wanted to look at it. So essentially, there's this YouTuber, this he makes videos on his own like little AK production and all the stuff he makes with it. And he is running for an election in Texas. He's running against a guy who was allegedly pounding pounding, I think, another representative within the Texas House. Very, very funky stuff going on over there. And he's been asked to leave. I don't know. I'm just happy to have another blow at the geriocracy. I have no idea what Brandon Herrera's actual politics are. I have a vestige of an idea, but I haven't kept up with him since his last election, what, 4 years ago? We have Project Helix, which is Xbox's AI project. Oh no. Hi. Oh no. Hick. Thanks, I knew it was you. Sorry. Project Helix is their like AI vibe coded OS for the next Xbox. I mean, it's all encompassing, but the next Xbox will probably be a menagerie of different parts. And the actual project is going to be AI and AI integration. And this is coming off of Sony saying we're not going to be publishing to PC anymore, which is hilarious because they are extremely successful on PC. But I think they're noticing that AI is kind of fucking everything's up. So like, why not literally just go live on your own island, on your own console, whenever Microsoft is like destroying everything from the ground up. I'm not here about that. Not here about Asmongold or Sneeko or anything. I was watching Dicker's cover Xena the Witch. I am not up to date on that drama at all, so I have no idea about that. I'm surprised Auk hasn't tweeted about wait, has he not tweeted about Turkey Tom? Sorry, I was actually going to say that I'm surprised he's not tweeting about Mizkif right now because Mizkif... Oh, here it is. Mizkif provided some court notes from his case with Emiru to cry about it on stream for like half an hour to an hour, I think. And it was just, I don't know, sad for Mizkif, or sad against Mizkif. I don't know. I feel like he was sad because in there they called him a middling streamer. Asmongold called him a middling streamer, and that Emiru was doing epic hog sauce, which I think she's like one of the top streamers right now. And I think she's definitely the top female streamer, but I think she's like 10 or 11 top English streamers. I'm not sure. Anyway, here's the Turkey Tom retraction. This is posted from Kiwi Farms, I believe, although I'm not entirely sure where the source is from. Hello all, I am retracting several prior statements I made about Thomas Blank. Look, everybody knows the Kiwi Farms is there. Everybody knows his name now. I don't know why this is here, especially when Tom made, like, no effort at all to hide Rowan's name, who we now know. But okay. And offering a formal apology to Tom. Specifically, I previously made statements that may mischaracterized the nature of our relationship, including allegations regarding filming without consent and non-consensual sexual behavior. I want to clarify that all sexual activity between us was fully consensual. I also apologize for sending Joshua Moon a why didn't they blank out Josh's name? A censored image of Tom and me during an intimate moment. Further, I apologize for providing the public with information that was inaccurate, incomplete, or conveyed in a misleading overall impression of my relationship with Tom. I deeply regret misleading the public. I want to be clear that I take full responsibility for my actions. I've been in contact with Tom's representatives to ensure we have resolution on this matter, and I'll not be making any further public statements about this matter as we consider this issue closed. This feels like she wrote it, but she was advised by somebody, and that's why it's like so weirdly written. Especially in Rowan's writing. This does not mimic Rowan's writing at all. But I'm assuming that behind the scenes, Tom got lawyers involved, which, considering how like shut down she was just from Tom's video, it's very strange that he felt that. I don't know if it's strange. It feels vindictive to go after her this hard, like with lawyers, but that may also just be old YouTube me talking. And just generally disapproving of lawyers used like this. Or she might have come out about it, like, because she went to the lawyers and her own lawyers were like, what the fuck? But this is super weird. I don't know. This also doesn't cover every single accusation and how just like she continued to make allegations afterwards. The sending Josh Moon a censored image of Tom and her during an intimate moment, that might be illegal, but I'm really not sure. And it's just strange that Tom felt the need to like go after her even further. Not saying that he's wrong to do so. His reputation was on the line, but it feels like I don't know, this then the video or just the video, but the video and then this feels like flexing your power in a way. So yeah. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I already said it. Tom might not have had to go this far with this. And largely everybody's just retweeting it with nothing to say on the matter because, I don't know, I guess why would you have anything to say? Tom already won. So it kind of feels like nothing. All right. On to the next segment, the Real Game Awards 2026. I believe this came out today. So I did cover the actual Game Awards, but I didn't cover the Real Game Awards. You might be wondering, what the fuck is the Real Game Awards? So essentially, for about the last 8 or so years, people have been very dissatisfied with Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards because they just haven't been great. Especially the time with The Last of Us 2, I think, is the one that sent a lot of people over the edge when that game won a shitload of awards. And I think in large part because it was a Sony exclusive at the time, or Last of Us Part 2. I think because it was a Sony exclusive, a lot of people couldn't experience some of the very good things about it, even if it is largely bad. And so people just couldn't make the there were some awards that it was very reasonable to win, and there are some awards where it was very reasonable for it to have lost, and it seemed to have won like almost every single one. And that felt like the tipping point for a lot of people. And I think that's what these guys did too. Holy shit, dude. I'm just looking at their catalog. This is awful. When was the last Real Game Awards? Let me blank the screen. The Real Game Awards 2025. So if you do the Real Game Awards, yep, that's side scrollers. Oh, they're live streams. No. Okay. So then if I just go to their live, they have like this terrible podcast. All right. Back on topic. Essentially, there was this divide growing in the gaming community. However, there's this very odd niche of the side that disagrees with Jeff Keighley and the entire like Hollywoodification of video games that is very right-wing in nature, but also like libertarian. That would probably be it. Libertarian, but it's mixed in with a lot of Christianization. And so there's this super weird thing that we're going to be seeing throughout this video of like, one, why is there so much politics in here? Or why is this all hosted by political people? It's not like, oh, this is like a politics and games person. I mean, sometimes it is. But it's like, this guy is like the Rush Limbaugh of video games. Why are we expecting to have like a clear, concise, fair view of video games whenever that was like essentially one of the foundational points of this entire project? Outwardly, inwardly, I don't think so. And it gets into this weird thing where, like, we'll get to it. A lot of these people on the outside are talking about hedonism and how the internet is ruining children, and what I went over in my last stream with Nuxtaku's EPI Empire from Nicandros. All this terrible stuff. And then they're going to have an award for bestest jiggle physics, and it's like, holy shit, dude. All right, let me get a game up in case this gets struck in any way. If you are a fan of this, it's side scrollers. It's just very funny. There's a lot of history behind every single person that we'll see here. Let me get the games turned down a bit. And then OBS capturing it. Yep. Why is it so tiny?
Retraction.
$150 limited pre-orders, half-baked scenarios with bland characters, and yet those guys are hailed as the victors. That's why it was small. For us fans who truly love games. Kremen, what would you do if you saw this? Is this entirely AI generated? Wait, did you guys see that? One, what page is he even on? It's just gibberish on the wall. This is one of the things I've noticed, is that like AI does get better like every couple weeks. But then everybody's still using the old same like generation models. It's, yeah, the lines are moving as they like get closer. The lines on the actual video game cartridge are moving. And it's not good looking. Can I have this in the higher res? 1080p premium. Forge your own path. Be the hero you were. That's the kind of hero you were.
それこそが答えなのかもな。
We create our own stories ourselves. This has to be illegal as fuck. Bro, did you see that? I actually paused on a good frame. That person's face wasn't even drawn. Bro, what the fuck? And they're holding the controller backwards? That guy's holding a camera. I think it's supposed to be like an off-brand Game Boy, but it looks god-awful. And that person's just straight up holding a controller backwards. Bro, what the fuck? As gamers, we have to create our own stories ourselves. The Real Game Awards. You just said the Real Game Award. Plural. Dude, what the fuck? His hand is merging into his face with his glove past his chin. Not even including that his other arm is... This is terrible. Look, you can redo the prompt. You can re-download the prompt. It doesn't have to look like this. They kind of got similar characters, but why is their pants in such high detail? Gray skies on the way home from school. We're muting this. Forced into things I never wanted. What? You had to fucking do the dishes? Fuck off, dude. The place I escaped to was beyond the screen. Clutching the controller, the pain fades away. Dude, I am so sick and tired of this fucking bullshit. Who are you even marketing to at this point? Bro, it's 2026. Do you want a new audience, or are you just gonna rely on your, like, fucking boomers? I don't even know. Like, the people who in your same age bracket who are, like, who are starting to wake up and realize how cringe all this shit is. This is absurd. It's just like, no, most people in my generation was not bullied for playing video games. For, like, zillennials. I think that was the point where the majority was not bullied. It's just, I don't know, it feels ridiculous. Even when we grow up, some things never change. The bonds with the friends I met here? Wait, why would you have bond? Dude, you're pre-internet. Or, like, the internet's, like, really bad. What? Okay. I just realized that these cats aren't super great. Eric. Did I already get a ranger? No. Ranger. You can be... Oh wait, they can switch? Okay, wait. You're a monk. You're a medic. Sure. It was our one and only. The style switches are also just awful. Wait, I gotta see that again. It was our one and only, but this guy's playing on a fucking phone? On a subway? Dude, he's got bling. He has a watch with 6 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Where? Stepdad? Stepdad? He's not in any of the photos. I feel like this controller is fucked up. It's literally just... Oh my god. Alright, I'm not skipping back. It's too fast-paced. Then strangers showed up out of nowhere, saying, "That's wrong. Like they own us. Don't screw with us. Denying everything we love. If you try to paint over who we are, we will fight." And there was Gabe. Dude. Oh, Leaflet made this? That makes sense. Leaflet has like an atrocious fucking anime tribute video like this. AI anime tribute video to Asmongold. In the darkness, I reached out my hand. The warmth I felt. The proof of my bros. We're not alone any. Is that Grok? Elon Musk would support something like this. Okay, so we have an on-brand Xbox controller, a Norwinno or Norwindo instead of Nintendo. I don't even know what the fuck that is. It has a D-pad and like a slot machine, like 3 symbols on the left. I think that's supposed to be a Sony controller, a keyboard and a mouse. Dude, this is the worst thing I think I've seen in ages. Take back the voices drowned out before. This is our story forever. Leaflet has no sense of lyricism. Just make it rhyme. Like, that's like a baseline. I don't think you can have like... It's not exclusive. You can have bad stuff that rhymes, but just make it rhyme if it's going to be bad anyways.
Welcome to this year's edition
White man,
of the
White man, tell me how you have been colonized.
Real Game Awards. Now, if you watched last year, you know we are not out to be some multi-million-dollar award show with multi-million-dollar budgets where you got to pay a ton of money to get your trailer on. Hey, that's cool. There's a place for that. We are meant to be the exact opposite, to give you, the gamer, a voice and talk about games the way you, the gamer, talks about them. Passionately, honestly, and most of the time, brutally. Now, our show is constantly changing.
Okay.
Every year, it's totally different. Sometimes categories.
Was it? Oh. I like the top 10th cut off. Oh yeah, this was the thing. Apparently the intro song had to be removed. Because they used an actual song.
Every single major award
Whoa. Why is it so bit crushed? It's in 1080.
show is voting.
Some stupid decision.
Okay.
Categories are going to show up one year to the next, and sometimes you're going to get an entirely new category. This year, we're celebrating some of the best and obviously some of the worst in video games. Now, why is the show happening right now and not at the end of 2025? Well, it's because we actually accounted for literally every single game that was released in 2025 from January 1st all the way to December 31st. If it was released then, it was up for potential nomination this year. All right, so here we go. 20 categories this year, all ranging from good to bad and everything else in between. Broken down by the games that are nominated, as well as the exact percentage of votes that they got from
Okay, cool.
you, our voting members,
So wait, why is this better than the actual Game Awards?
over at therealgameawards.com. So let's get into it with our first category, Best Gaming Mod Community category, presented by our friends over at Melee Games, James and
I just
Kay.
want to do a chill run.
Some games are finished the moment the credits roll, but the best ones, they never really end because the
I was watching Dickers watch clips out of this. This is just a gremlin. Melee Games. I've never heard of Melee Games before. Let me pull that up. What the fuck is a Melee Games? Melee Games. Dude, YouTube doesn't even pick them up. It's like a good Melee game is Mordhau or Chivalry 2. What the fuck? No way. Are you fucking... Dude. If you go to Melee Games on YouTube, they're streaming right now. The top community clips are all, or not all, there's 2 that are like whenever the guys when streaming apparently said the N-word. That's fucking hilarious. Can I hear it? Nah, I'm not gonna risk it.
community refuses to let them. Mods are proof that games don't just belong to the studios, they belong to the players, us, who love them. Whether it's mods that make a broken game playable, like
Gameplay from Ellie Menipee?
In the case of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, or places like KOTOR 2 where they restore the thing.
Or, you know,
You mean restore all the like very unfinished stuff that was like broken most of the time?
oh, you just want to see your Sims naked. The two nominees for
God.
Best Community Mod.
What the fuck? Wait, this is this early in the video? This is what they opened the show with? Like, if you skip the bullshit AI, the first thing you get to is titties jiggling. Wow. Okay. That's a great opener. Holy fuck. Dickers mentioned like Fallout London, and you know, I'm thinking like, you know, Anbinar for EU4, and now for also Victoria 3, and coming soon to EU5, or maybe like Kaiserreich, or you know, Skyblivion, or fuck, there's tons of others. The one for XCOM that turns it into like a CIA Men in Black thing. And there's a shit zillion good mods. Fucking Tale of Two Wastelands. The vast majority are for Bethesda games.
Adar.
Zero Suit Samus in Stellar Blade.
Natural Bodies of Oblivion.
The winner of Best Community Mod with 57% of your vote is
Natural Bodies of Oblivion!
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right. The only way to make the greatest Elder Scrolls game even better was with some TNA.
If these were like the only two put on there, like how does one suggest a mod even? Like I do wonder if this is for like, can anybody suggest something to be put on there, or is it entirely put on by critics and then people are allowed to vote on what the critics already decide on?
Congratulations, Natural Bodies of Oblivion, and to all those Hero of Kvatch hotties, here's
Those Hero of Kvatch, dude. How can you say this? How can you say this and not just like leave?
to you.
If teenage me
She does not look like she wants to be here. Neither of these people look like they want to be here.
sees a Khajiit with double D's, would I become a furry or?
Scaly.
Wait, what? If you saw, she's just wrong? You guys can like reshoot, you know.
Argonians.
All right, thanks, guys.
You guys can reshoot. You don't have to keep that in there.
Guys, appreciate you as always. Now, look, I am told, according to my notes here, that RPGs and role-playing games demand deep systems, have strong storytelling, and create worlds players want to live in. Now, if you followed my career, you would know that I am not a big RPG guy. But hey, this show is not about what I like or what I don't like. It's about what you like, which is why I'm not going to be presenting this award, which is why Leaflet is presenting Best RPG.
Best RPG?
Role-playing-
Wait. You're the host. Does the host of this thing even play video games? Also, like, you didn't play a single RPG? What's funny, Leaflet didn't either.
Games are where players don't just play a story, they live inside of one. Back in the day,
No. Dude, what the fuck? It's so weird, because I view myself as somebody who really enjoys video games. I put way too much time into video games. And they're like my thing. I want to be a game dev. That's like my goal in life. I could have attained it already if I wasn't like a lazy dumbass. But that's what I want to be, and I don't have like, it's a pipe dream essentially. I'm realistic about it. And then I look at these people and they're like, I don't know. They're so into video games and yet they don't play any of them. Everything is a politics job to them. And it's just so corrupted of a mindset of like video games.
when gaming wasn't so mainstream, RPGs were a refuge from school and life. It was a way out. They took us on grand adventures.
What RPGs did... Oh, well, actually, Leaflet did play RPGs once in her life. She played, what is... can be argued is not even an RPG. PSO 2. Phantasy Star Online 2.
Adventures where our creativity thrived. Worlds that encouraged our curiosity with characters that grew with us. In trials where our choices mattered. Freedom, consequence, seeing the impact that we've made on these worlds. It was a home only for us.
Wait. What are you talking about, dude? How do you like modern RPGs, but then mention any of that shit? That's like... None of these old RPGs had any of that, like, effect on the world shit. Hardly any of them would react to you. That was, like, the whole point of mid-2000s RPGs, was the bringing in of, like, reactions to your actions. That's, like, what BioWare sold themselves on and lied about, but there was, you know, there were dialogue changes depending on your choices. It wasn't until... I don't even know. Have we gotten an RPG where, like, a choice dramatically changes the game? The closest I can think of would be, like, some Korean strategy games would do that. Or just strategy games in general can do that. But even those are from the early 2000s. I guess there's some stuff in StarCraft. I guess what you choose in Warcraft, but just wrong.
Whether it's open world, a party-based epic, or connecting with characters that truly made you feel like you lived a life with them. That feeling of heartache when the credits rolled,
you can retake. You don't have to stutter.
Asked ourselves, wow, it's actually over. Like we had woken up from a daydream.
I didn't cover Leaflet's drama because the Nuxtaku one was so sickening. I could not. I had to take a break. But we will cover her drama.
These are games that become deeply personal to us and stick with us our entire lives. And this is why this category means so much to so many gamers. To so many of you. This year's nominees are Octopath Traveler 0.
I have not heard anything about Octopath Traveler, which means that it's probably not doing so hot. Because I have friends who loved the first game.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
So you already know that it's not going to win, because this crowd of people was super upset because Daniel Favre, or Vavra, the director, included like a 10-minute a gay makeout scene in the middle of the game. It's not actually 10 minutes. But there's a situation where you can be gay. And people did not like that. And they tried to, I think, make it much worse than it actually was. Make it out to be much worse than it actually was.
The Fall of Avalon.
I don't remember Tainted Grail at all, actually. Tainted Grail? Is that even... Oh, yeah, it came out in 2025. Oh, was this the one Patrician TV was talking about? Okay.
And Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
So I'm guessing with Tainted Grail, it didn't get any votes because nobody actually played it. And Expedition 33 wins because it's Expedition 33.
And the winner of Best RPG with 72% of your vote is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I haven't had a chance to experience the world of Claire Obscure yet, but it has been recommended to me more than any other RPG. With its roots
So she didn't play any of the games either.
in classic JRPGs brought to life with innovative game design by a debut studio of gamers for gamers. I am looking forward to my journey with them and hopefully many more to come.
This is one of the things that I don't like about the modern video game discourse is pretending as if like the people at Ubisoft and EA aren't gamers whenever they absolutely are. It's just that they're forced into doing shit they don't want to do. I mean, heck, these people are from Ubisoft. You know, like 2 or 3 years ago before Expedition 33 came out, she would have been saying the same shit about how, oh, nobody at Ubisoft cares. They're just in it for the corporate money. Whenever it's like all those people were there.
Okay, Leaflet, thank you very much, but we have to stop down and just talk about this for a second. Not only did Expedition 33 win Best RPG with 72% of the vote, it dominated everything this year. It was freaking, this is like Babe Ruth knocking dingers out. It was crazy. Barry Bonds all juiced up on steroids. If I can throw another sports reference in, I will. But all you need to know is that those Frenchies freaking dominated. And so I figured instead of just going through and all pomp and circumstance of showing you all the different categories, how about I just list everything that it won right now, including Best In-Game Moment, Best Indie Game, Best New IP, Best Action Adventure Game, and Best Value. Now, with that said, all the games in...
Oh, so I won all of those? Wait, did you do the indie game thing? Best indie game. Fuck you. Fuck off.
And Best
Not
Value.
An indie game.
Now, with that said, all the games in those categories, freaking amazing games, but they were just standing next to a French nuclear bomb that went off, and, well, they didn't win. So when a game nominates and gets dominated and just collects trophies like Expedition 33 does, well, you don't ignore it. Now, with that said, let's go and move on. Because some games didn't get the recognition that Expedition 33 did when it launched. So here to talk about that with our Best Hidden Gem category is Cecil. Hey, Cecil.
Not every great game gets a massive marketing push or a spot on the front page. Some of the best experiences in gaming are ones that you stumble upon by accident. A recommendation from a friend, a late-night download, or a game you take a chance on with zero expectations.
What category is this?
Hidden gems are special because they don't succeed on hype. They succeed on heart. They're
Metal Slug ripoff with nothing new added to it. Bad.
games that earn their audience one player at a time through strong ideas, smart design,
That's just Ninja Gaiden.
and the kind of passion you can feel the moment you pick up the controller.
No idea what this is.
Some of my favorite games of all time are ones that aren't as well known. This category exists to spotlight games that deserve more attention and the players who found them anyway. The nominees for Best Hidden Gem are Guns of Fury, Shinobi: The Art of Vengeance,
What? How do you even determine a hidden gem? Megabonk is like massively popular. Guns of Fury, hidden. Shinobi, hidden. Split Fiction is hidden? Seriously? What the fuck is your standard?
Split Fiction, Megabonk. And the winner of Best Hidden Gem with 42% of your vote is Megabonk.
All right, thanks, Cecil. Appreciate you, my man. Now, if you watched last year's show, you know that we ran trailers for various indie titles. We pretty much saw the games, thought they were cool, and said, hey, let's just give them some free promotion. And for the most part, everybody was pretty cool. Except for one game. They didn't like it, they made a big old stink about it, and got really upset that we actually did it. And we took that feedback very seriously. Stink about it, and got really...
Developers
everybody was pretty cool. Except for one game.
The developers of Sulaco. The more I'm looking into this, the more I want to distance myself. Their game was advertised among mean-spirited categories, overtly racist animation, and problematic presenters. Complaining about free advertising. Lol, Lamau even. Wash Your Crack reposted. When it comes to potentially damaging the brand we built, yeah, absolutely, that's justifiable. More to life than making money. I'll gladly sell fewer copies, basically, to not fuck with my reputation. Okay. They're allowed to do that. That's their choice. Let them fucking do it.
They didn't like it. They made a big old stink about it and got really upset that we actually did it. And we took that feedback very seriously. Which is why we're going to do it again this year. This is the trailer for Sulaco.
Really? Are you so fucking petty? Jesus Christ, okay. Yeah, Sulaco's really cool. I'm pretty sure this is an outdated trailer though, so you're now also misrepresenting the game. Cool. All right, next. Sulaco does look really cool. I think Sulaco looks badass. Why the fuck are you like, who cares? Like, just fucking, why are you so petty?
You're gonna get free promotion whether you like it or not. Anyways, moving on. Classic gaming never dies. It just evolves. Here to present Best Retro Inspired Game, I'd like to introduce the man who has quite possibly the longest title tonight. The #1 Amazon charting metal singer, composer, YouTuber, and retro game enthusiast, Dan Vasc.
Like many of you, I grew up under the soft glow of a CRT screen, blowing on cartridges to make them work, and playing games that had to hook me in the first 5 minutes. And like many of you, I'm always kind of skeptical when I hear the words retro inspired, because I see a lot of games out there that just slap some pixel art in the game and call it retro, while ignoring the fact that
I thought he wasn't wearing anything for a second. I thought he was just wearing like an apron and then nothing else under it.
real classics weren't just about nostalgic looks, but rather about tight controls, clear rules, and gameplay that respected both your time and your intelligence.
Dude, what the fuck is this? These people have no concept of what games used to be. They have like a literal fantasy concept of video games from fucking, I don't even know how long ago they're talking about. Dude, retro video games were like, they were super floaty because the mechanical sticks had not been worked out yet. They were usually quarter munchers or designed by quarter munchers, or people who made other quarter munchers. They were usually super floaty or had like extremely bad frame rates because that was just like the style of the time. There's a lot to go into that. Respecting your time? Like, what are you talking about? KOTOR? Did KOTOR respect your time by having fucking arcadey fucking, oh, go blow up the fucking TIE fighters after every single travel? This is fake memories. These guys are making an entire fucking show and profit off of fake memories.
The best retro-inspired games, they just
I doubt it's
don't
much of a
just
profit.
copy the look of the past, but rather they understand why those games worked in the first place. They take the spirit of classic design and prove it still holds up today, even without
Totally
bloated
disagree.
systems artificially inflating playtime.
It would be really nice to see what they decide to pick just for any of this, to see if those games actually have those features.
And insulting you by endless hand-holding. This category celebrates games that feel timeless, not trendy. The ones that remind you of why you fell in love with video games to begin with. The nominees are Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Shinobi Art of Vengeance,
No, I just disagree. I mean, these are, well, I guess they're retro inspired, but retro games were not nearly as good as this guy's fucking talking about.
Hollow Knight Silk Song. And the winner, with 48% of your vote, is Hollow Knight Silk Song. You know, I remember the first time I played the
Yeah, that probably wasn't going to be a real vote, just like anything regarding fucking Claire Obscure.
The first Hollow Knight game years ago, and I remember thinking, wow, this game doesn't look very retro, but it totally feels like a game straight out of the 90s, which led me to the conclusion that pixel art is just a superficial trait of retro games. The real meat of retro is in the gameplay, and Hollow Knight Silk Song understood that very well.
Dude, go fucking play Castlevania 1, okay? Look, it's fun, has good bits about it. It's a rough play, okay? If you're not a person who already understands like all the retro intricacy or all the intricacies of each individual game because you played it as a child and were good at it, it's probably not actually as good as you think it is. And even then, that's like a personal bias.
To the show, guys. Thanks, Craig.
All right, thanks, Dan. Appreciate you, my man. Now, one thing we talk about on our Side Scrollers podcast is about how people who talk about games actually have just as much sway when it comes to culture as the games themselves, which is why we'd like to present the Best Content Creator Award to one of these 4 nominees. Legendary Drops, Kirsha, Asmongold, and Kaya.
So this is just fake, right? The Best Video Game Awards. Nobody's heard of Legendary Drops. Asmongold barely plays games anymore. You understand Kaya. So the only person here is Kershi. Wow, I wonder who's presenting the next award.
Son Piker's dog. And the winner of Best Content Creator is, with 44% of your vote, everyone's favorite fox lady, Kirsha. Speaking of Kirsha, how about we bring her in to present our next award? And I can't think of anybody more jiggly than to present the Best Jiggle Physics Award.
Stop. Get this shit off of my screen.
But as someone who personally benefits from the laws of
Wait, is that supposed to be a pun because she's a fox? She personally...
exaggerated
work.
physics,
It's not a cat.
I
Foxes don't
feel
purr.
uniquely qualified to present this
I have no
category.
idea if they do or not.
Jiggle physics are one of those legendary gaming traditions where realism politely steps aside and fun takes the wheel. Or wheels, if you will. And unlike
Terrible. Terrible. What the fuck? Get her out of here, dude.
most awards, this one isn't limited to games that came out this year. Because let's
Dude, I didn't even realize. I wasn't even thinking about the award this is for. This is for Best Jiggle Physics? Bro, what is going on?
honest, greatness like this doesn't expire. Some of the most iconic examples live on long
She has to say that because there's no game that's come out with jiggle physics in the last, like, 10 years. Well, last 2 years, realistically.
after launch, becoming memes, legends, internet history. Whether it's subtle, ridiculous, or completely over the top, this category celebrates the games that fully committed, owned it, and proved that some things in gaming are truly timeless.
The nominees for Best Jigglies
Are the first Descendant, Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, and Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade came out like 2 years ago. Dead or Alive came out like 7 years ago. Was this one the first Descendant? Dude, I have this ignored on Steam. It's a third-person Schluter powered by Unreal Engine 5. Dude, this game looks like ass. Oh, it's a Nexon game, and it came out 2 years ago. Yeah, okay, buddy.
And the winner,
2026
with a
Game of the Year Award 2026.
70% of your vote,
is Stellar Blade!
that game got a hell of a lot of hype. And Eve was certainly built to defy every law of physics with all of her jiggles. Whether you're a tits man, an ass man,
Ooh.
or a thigh man, you
Rhiannon got +1 Constitution and +1 Intelligence.
have your pick of what you might like to get jiggled to death by. I might even take a dive.
This year, our voting members said
It's the only game that they can reference because it's the only one that's been like somewhat popular in the slightest recently. I don't know, bro. Cut this shit out of here. Why is this here? It's so, I don't know, dude. Is that not just completely embarrassing? Like, first of all, the ages. If you're above like 22, this is completely fucking embarrassing to talk about. And if you are 22, you'll be embarrassed to talk about it later. But also, like, are you not trying to like be a thing? Do they think that they're being brave by talking about jiggle physics? It's not that people dislike jiggle physics. Nobody cares anymore. And find a game that isn't Gooner Slop that has jiggle physics.
Said, why do we need a category for best?
Because like literally it's Stellar Blade, who the main character is literally supposed to be like a sex icon and a toy to be sold in Korea. Dead or Alive, which all the characters are made to be toys to be sold in Japan. And The First Descendant, which I guess that's not a Gooner game, but nobody likes. It has mixed on Steam and it's made by Nexon, so it sucks.
Third-person shooter and best first-person shooter. Why don't we just have one category called best shooting game? And so we do. And
because there's not enough games, but also because none of your fucking team plays video games.
I can't think of a better person to present this award than a cowboy who hands out dirt naps for a living. Please welcome the Rabble Wrangler.
Yeah, let's go. Howdy, folks. As the best in the West, you learn real quick. It's not about how fast you can pull the trigger. It's about precision. It's about timing. It's about keeping a cool head when things get hot. Now, the best shooting games aren't just about firepower. They're about skill. They're about instincts. They're about knowing when to make the right move at the right time.
Knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them. Shut up, Ernie.
In rooms, holding
There's your epic George Lopez reference.
Line, or you're in a one-on-one gunslinging battle at high noon like I experience every day. These games test your nerve and your grit and reward the folks who can keep a cool hand under pressure. This category honors the sharpest shooters, the fastest hands, and the games that prove that not everyone's cut out for life on the digital frontier. The nominees for Best Shooter are Doom, The Dark Ages.
Wait, what? This isn't even a first or third person shooter. Doom the Dark Ages is fine, I guess. I have not heard anything good about it. I haven't really heard that much bad either. I really just haven't heard about it flat out. Duckov is a top-down shooter. It's like a stalker game. It's a slooter, if you will. Battlefield 6? Sure. Okay, fine. And Arc Raiders? Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6 are just so fundamentally different that they deserve their own categories, but nobody here plays video games.
Escape from Duckov, Battlefield 6, and Arc Raiders. And the winner of Best Shooter with 34% of your vote, that's right, you, the voter, your vote, 34%, the winner is Arc Raider.
That's not a surprise about Doom losing or Duckov losing. But Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders being so tied together, that's a little interesting, I guess.
Now, I've played Arc Raiders. It's a lot of fun. It's got a great atmosphere. It's got a great score. It makes you feel like you're out there in the post-apocalyptic AI final apocalypse. You got to survive. The robots have taken over, but you also got to look out for our other raiders. They'll steal your goop. A lot of fun.
Oh. Burnt Peanut reference.
Check it out, and congratulations to Arc Raiders.
I don't know. It's kind of becoming so ubiquitous now.
Winning Best Shooter of the Year. Yeehaw! Let's go!
Ow.
Thank you, Wrangler, as always. Now, as we do our best
tone
to
it
let
down,
you know that
dude.
you are
That
really
hurt.
freaking old, we want to let you know that this past year, the Xbox 360 turned 20. Now, look, The Xbox 360, amazing console. That's like when online gaming kind of became a big thing on the console world. We saw downloadable titles, spectacular downloadable titles during the Xbox Live Summer Arcade. Man, it was great. But you guys suggested a category that said, what is the best Xbox 360 game? So that's what we're doing here. This is a
Really? You know, sometimes it's okay to tell the audience that they don't have a good idea. Best Xbox 360? Are you fucking serious? Okay.
very special category that can only happen this year and this year alone with 20 years of hindsight. So here we go. The nominees that you put together for the best Xbox 360 game ever are Gears of War, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Mass Effect 2, and Halo 3. And the winner.
Okay. Halo 3. There's just no question. That's the thing. Xbox 360 had one exceptional game called Halo 3. And everybody's like, "Oh, you know, what are other good?" It's Halo 3. It's the best game. It is still one of the best shooters. It's just, it's not happening, man. It's a good game. You're not gonna find another game that is that good on Xbox 360. They're not making new ones anymore.
With 52% of the vote is Halo 3. Now, in the distant future, when some 12-year-old
I would
kid
never
is
have
going, I
figured.
wonder what the Xbox 360 was, and they search what was the best Xbox 360 game, they will point to this moment right now on the Real Game Awards, where you ultimately decided that Halo 3 was the best Xbox 360 game of all time. But why would I want to talk about Xbox 360 and Halo 3 when we could have somebody so closely tied to the game talk about it himself?
Marty.
Everybody, please welcome Marty O'Donnell.
Yep. Marty's just willing to do like anything at this point.
Hey everybody, it's Marty O'Donnell here, the former audio director and composer at Bungie Studios. On behalf of everyone at Bungie from nearly 20 years ago, I just want to thank all of you who voted to make Halo 3 the best Xbox 360 game ever, which we really appreciate since so many great games came out on the 360, which in my opinion is one of the best consoles ever shipped. You know, not only did...
Are we seriously dragging him out here to say the Xbox 360 is cool? Marty, why'd you agree to this? I don't know, man. I hate to be like, I hate to make the man covered in shit argument. Because it's bad. I don't like that argument. But it's also like, dude, you're like, you know you're coming up like 2 sections after the jiggle physics section, right? It's just like, I don't know. It's just like they're trying to harken back to a time that was like better for them, but they have like, they're like, I don't know, elevating the level of how good that time period is when it was actually like kind of not shit, but not nearly as good as they think it is.
Did we consider Halo 3 to be the final chapter in an epic trilogy? But besides wrapping up the story and the characters, I think what we're mostly proud of is what we were able to provide to you fans. And by the way, we almost weren't able to do it. We almost ran out of time for some of these things. Some of these features were on the chopping block, but we worked really hard to make sure all these things came through so you could play them. You know, Forge mode.
It was also like the first really big game that was allowed updates on a console.
Playable Forge mode, custom games, custom armor, the file sharing, the theater mode, save films and screenshots. 4-player split screen co-op and online co-op. You know, all these things that we shipped, we thought were going to be standard features for all the games into the future. But that's another story for another time. But I got to tell you, it's just really so satisfying for all of us to see how much love there is still for this old game. So anyway, thanks again. But before I go, I just want to confirm a couple of things from the story for those of you who might still care. Number one, Forerunners are human. Number two, Sergeant Johnson lives. So thanks again, and finish the fight.
Just taking pot shots at 343. Okay. I mean, yeah. Any Halo fans gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's so true, Barty. Who fucking tell it, Barty?" But there's still a Halo fan to 2026. There's something like wrong with their brain, dude. Like, yeah, dude, we were having the fucking talks like that back when fucking Halo 4 was happening. Fucking 12 years ago, dude. Yeah, we all get it. We hate 343. Fucking Xbox shut down 343.
To continue our celebration of Halo 3 being officially named the best Xbox 360 game ever by you, our voting members, we thought we'd do something extra special. Please welcome the amazing Lady Desiree as she makes an outstanding tribute
This
to
better
one
not
of
be
the most
another VTuber.
iconic soundtracks in video game history.
I thought the point of this was not to be nearly as cringe as the Game Awards. And yet you bring me something even cringier than the Game Awards. I'm sure she's a talented pianist, but she's terrible with her green screen. Good for her. She's very talented. Why is this going on for so long? Bro. That was 4 minutes.
Absolutely beautiful. As we move on, some games just won't die. You won't let them die. So here to present best game
Maple Story
that won't die, Rev Says Desu and Straub.
Some games come and go, and then there are the ones that just refuse to quit.
Is there a model on?
These are the games that survive up.
It's all in my left ear.
It's new consoles and entire industry cycles.
Ah.
Because their communities just keep showing up.
They're still being played.
Can we get some, like,
modded and
gifting
argued about
happening
years later?
And if a game can last that long, it's earned its place here.
Oh my god.
Here are your nominees for games that will not. And the winner.
Okay, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Skyrim. A smart audience would say No Man's Sky. They're going to say Skyrim.
With 51% of your vote is Skyrim, a game.
Yeah, okay. What does that even mean? So games that won't die, so like ones that just like are old but still have an audience? No Man's Sky doesn't even have that big of an audience. Hi, Cat. Cat time. Yeah. You wanna hang out? No? Okay. She shook her head. That probably means that she wants to clean for a minute before she hangs out. Yeah? Okay. But it's like No Man's Sky barely has an audience. It is cat time. Skyrim, I guess, refuses to die, but now it's mostly being held up by, like... I feel by, like, Skywind and Skyblivion. Is there even really, like, a point to Skyrim anymore? I do feel like last year was its death point, and that's probably because, like, Starfield ruined Skyrim for people. And then Fortnite's still popular. Like, Fortnite still has a lot of people and is still making new content. And so is No Man's Sky. It's just not popular, but it is still making new content.
Game that truly will not die.
Here to present the award for Best Multiplayer Game, YouTuber and regular guest of the Side Scrollers podcast, Lady Decade.
Oh, fuck off.
Multiplayer
I hate
games
this dumb
are about
bitch. Get her. Oh, fuck. Are you fucking serious? No, 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 no. Not on the keyboard.
More than just a competition. They're about the moments that you share with other people. The tight wins,
The thing is, I feel like these people aren't even video gamers. They're LARPing as bullied nerds from the 90s and 80s.
devastating losses, the late night sessions, and the friendships built around playing together. Whether you're teaming up or going head to head, these games shine because of the communities that form around them. Here are your nominations for Best Multiplayer Game. Kirby Air Ride.
Where's Fortnite? Fortnite. Where's my Fortnite? Okay. So we have Marvel Rivals, Kirby Air Rider. Why is that even here? For realsies. Okay. Okay. Marvel Rivals. I could see that winning. Battlefield 6, sure. Sonic Race, Arc Raiders. I'm gonna go with Arc Raiders.
Marvel Rivals. Battlefield 6.
Battlefield.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Arc Raiders. And the winner, with 37% of your votes, is Arc Raiders.
Yep. Marvel Rivals would have been close, but they didn't release enough Susan Storm skins at the end.
This is no surprise at all.
Last year.
Arc Raiders exploded onto the scene, changed the rules, and set the bar for future releases.
I've played Arc Raiders. I think I don't think it does a ton of really unique stuff. It has a few very unique bits, but it's the way that it combines them to create a different kind of experience than all the other Schluters around. But I don't feel like it has an insanely high standard that nobody else can meet.
Deserved win.
This year, instead of having a best Nintendo exclusive or a best Sony...
I think about his fucking skill tree, dude. You just hit the end of that shit and you're done. You guys still have battle passes. You even have to pay $40 for the game, and you still have battle passes.
Exclusive or a best Microsoft exclusive. We just figured we'd throw it all into one category and have the best console exclusive game. And I can't think of a better person to be the presenter than the most hardcore video gamer I know. Please welcome Vera Dark.
Console exclusives are more than just great games. They are the reason that people buy the hardware in the first place. These are the titles that
Oklahoma
can sell consoles, spark debates, and make players say, I need that system. They're built to show off what a console can really do, and they define entire generations of gaming. Whether it was a launch title or a game that came later and reignited excitement, these exclusives didn't just live on a platform, they moved it. So here are your nominees for Best Console Exclusive. Ghost of Yotei, Metroid.
I think everybody would be a fool to not say Donkey Kong Bonanza, but maybe Ghost of Yotei was good. I didn't hear a lot about it.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World. And the winner, with 47% of your vote, is Donkey Kong Bonanza. It was a fan favorite release in 2025 with really great boss fights, fun gameplay, and it is fantastic to see that so many people enjoyed it.
Now let's move on from biggest console exclusive to biggest letdown. Please welcome somebody who I know is not afraid to call it like he sees it, Smash JT.
What's going on, guys?
JT.
It is Smash JT, hot off the heels of Jeff Keighley's lowly Game Awards, to actually spend time at the legitimate. You know they're legitimate, by the way, because they're the real Game Awards, as opposed to, you know, some sort of generic Game Awards that some other random dude would do. No, this is the real Game Awards, and I'm honored to be invited back again for some reason. I keep getting invited back to this. I'll take it. I am here to present the biggest letdown of 2025, and my goodness, there's a lot of competition. Not every game fails because it's broken or lazy. Sometimes the hype just gets too big, the promises too loud, and the expectations grow into something that no game could realistically meet. And sometimes, yeah, they just don't deliver. The biggest letdown is about those moments where excitement turned into disappointment, rightfully or wrongly, and players were left wanting more. These are the games that didn't quite live up to the promise or the anticipation surrounding them. Here are your nominees for the biggest letdown. Silent Hill.
Oh my god. Sorry. The neighbors left their dog outside. And they have a tendency to do this. I think they just get fucking high and leave their dog outside. It's not a good night to do that. The fucking thunderstorm outside, and I bet that's bothering the fucking dog. The little chihuahua. I feel so bad for the thing. They're just like barking non-stop. I can't hear it anymore. Maybe it did get out. There we go. All right, so biggest letdown. So what is this? Silent Hill F? What Pokemon?
F. Pokemon Legends ZA.
Okay, I'm gonna say that they're gonna say Pokemon because these people are weirdly tied to Pokemon despite not having played one in ages. I mean, I get it to a degree, but it's also just like, dude, seriously? Pokemon Z to A is like an actual like massive improvement over the previous Pokemon. And so, I don't know, I kind of get people saying that it's not as good as it was. It's also like, I don't know, man. Kind of like, just get over it at this point. Like, you're not even in the fan base. You really care.
Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh boy. And finally, Metroid Prime 4. And the winner with 35% of your vote is Metroid Prime 4. And you know what? After I played through that game completely on my
okay, that's a good answer. Metroid Prime 4 is a good answer.
I couldn't agree more. This game was nearly 1 decade in the making. Coming from one of the biggest Metroid Prime fans in the world, I couldn't wait for this game. And then all it turned out to be was Samus riding around on a motorcycle running into crystals for hours on end. Who thought that would be a good idea? Come on, Nintendo.
I mean, not the right criticism, but you're in the right direction. Okay.
That's the best you could do? Oh, God.
Man, we are flying by here. This is called efficiency, folks. This is how you do it. Get right.
This has been terrible. There were 4 minutes straight of uninterrupted piano music. Look, everybody likes video game music. I'm here for the awards.
Right to the point. Hey, let's get right to the point with this one. Our next to last award tonight. And if I was trying to write a description for this, but if you don't know what shitty ass game of the year is, I don't know what to tell you. I've been presenting this award for almost 20 years. It has a long lineage of suck. And this year is no exception. The nominees for this year's SAGI are Ghost of Yotei.
What? So, like, what was the worst game of the year? I don't see how Ghost of Yotei would be here. Here's the problem with shitty game of the year is that people you don't have like a consistent like voting like thinking pattern. Because some people will do like, what's the worst game I played, and then what's the worst game I saw other people play. And I can't imagine anybody who has watched Ghost of Yotei would be like, oh, that's the worst game ever. But if you watched Mind's Eye, you'd be like, that's the worst. So I don't even know why it's like on the list. Mind's Eye and Black Ops, maybe. But maybe you'd also have like way too politically minded people say Assassin's Creed Shadows when it's kind of just like boring.
Mind's Eye, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and Assassin's Creed Shadows. And the winner, with 55% of your vote, is Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, Shadows didn't
really? That got the... Was it worse than I thought? Or are these, like, crazy people?
disappoint. It exposed a deeper rot that fans had been warning about for years. Ubisoft made a conscious decision to bring in outside consultants with a heavy ideological agenda, and the result...
This has nothing to do with Craig is saying. We just thought it was funny. Can you guys have, like, a little bit of consistency? I don't even know. It's like so odd. Did you not just like talk about like Yosuke? That's like the most popular thing.
It was a game that felt less like a creative vision and more like a lecture wrapped in a franchise's skin. Fans criticized the forced themes, tone-deaf messaging, and design choices that prioritized ideology over immersion, history, and fun. And sure, some will cope and insist, hey, it was actually a really great game. Fine. Now imagine how much better it would have sold and how much less damage it would have done if all that baggage wasn't just shoved right into it. Instead, Shadows became a breaking point, a public reminder.
Wait, so then is it about the game being buggy or is it about it being politically motivated?
Reminder of how far Ubisoft had drifted from the audience that made the franchise successful in the first place. Congratulations, Shadows. You won, I guess, by having Ubisoft effectively go bankrupt and have to get a big old investment from a Chinese company, further pushing it. Yeah, okay, whatever. It is what it is. All right, after celebrating the worst.
Also, dude, fix your teeth. You're gonna get the British people mad at Americans for being like hypocrites. You should fix your teeth. I don't know, dude. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like these people should have gone a step further. They're making fun of like Hassan, right? And they brought up Kaya for like fucking whatever of the year. Why not be like, oh, Hassan, they used Hassan in this fucking promotional material and he had a fucking Swazi sword. The Swordstica.
Now we get to the thoroughbreds. If I can quote Billy Zane from Zoolander, we absolutely will. It's time for the game of the year. No descriptor needed for this one, just quality games that you love, that you nominated. So let's find out which one is the GOAT of 2025. The nominees for Best Game of the Year are Ninja Gaiden 4, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Arc Raiders, Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon,
Expedition 33,
Hollow Knight, Silk Song. You voted on that. You guys love Expedition 33. Those Frenchies went nuts when it came to Expedition 33. Congratulations to them. Still a phenomenal game.
What do those notes say in the background? I don't know. I think those three orange notes have the same thing written on them. I think that says Warcraft 3. Even with the 1080p, I can't read it. I mean, it's just not in focus.
Will be considered one of the best games ever made by the time it's all said and done. Congratulations. And that is it for this year's edition of the Real Game Awards. Whether you guys are just watching or you're a voting member, thank you so much for your support and allowing us to put together this little show in your voice. It is such an honor to do so. Now, those of you guys watching in Dallas, we got more fun on the way as Video Armageddon is starting immediately after this. It's about to go down. And for those of you guys who stuck around all the way to the end here for the Real Game Awards, we do have one more special treat for you. A game that is so revolutionary, so hype, so one of one, we had to unveil it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is High Guard.
So, like, do you guys plan on being, like, a serious thing? Or is this, like, a joke to you? Or, like, why are you here? Like, seriously. I don't know. They just come across as emotional pussies. That's not even something I don't know. It's fucking ass, dude. Do they really come across as people who are just trying to, I don't know, partly like manipulate you because they don't care about games. I don't think these people care about games in the fucking slightest. And then just like taking shits on other people's work for like no good reason, as far as I can tell. Stop. I just hate these people because of their opinions and what they say. It's like, oh, we're just here to exist against the industry. It's like, these are like, I don't know, a lot of these are the same people who made your games fucking 20 years ago, just in higher positions. Not every single one, of course, but a decent amount. Do they even... I don't know, man. Also, like, just don't be retardedly political if you want, like, video gamers on your side. I don't know, it just feels like they're doing this in such a bad way. God damn it, I'm trying to level this guy up and I can't. Oh wait, I can do something. There we go. I don't even know what they want to do. That's the other thing. Do they want anything at all? Do they want to be a replacement for the video game awards? Do they want to compete? I don't get like the existence of this entire show. Stop. He doesn't have that much health. I don't know. It feels embarrassing because I feel like there's such a large there's so much room, especially right now in the industry, for there to be people who don't like take the normal line or whatever. Who are like, yeah, you know what? I will like fund like somebody like an opposite company. I will make like my own RPGs, whatever. I will fund an indie game. And people just don't do it. And I kind of understand that for some people, right? Because like I feel like Mahler is kind of one of those people and that crew where they make a pretty good amount of money at EFAP and they talk about how bad video games are all the time. And it feels like, oh, well, they could literally just publish their own indie games at this point. They have that much money that they can just do that. But that's not what they're interested in. They're not experts in it. And that would be a lot of extra work for them. But then you have these people. It's like, what the fuck are they doing? I wonder how much money they make. Becoming voting member for $30 annually. Right, I forgot. You can get elite sponsor, and they have 1,337 sponsors. So that means there are people who get billed $30 a year. And that's just to vote. So you suggest, nominate. One second, I'll be right back. Sorry. Jesus. So, and then, I don't know. This all just feels extremely bad faith in terms of, like, the video games industry. Not that it's particularly good faith at, like, entirely anyways. Just, I don't know, very odd. Oh, there's another cat this entire... Fuck. It's just... strange. Alright. Is there anything else I wanted to cover with this stuff? I don't have a huge amount of time at the moment, so I might call it here. Especially because I am starting to sweat. It's getting fucking hot. Yeah, you know, keep it short and sweet. Not very sweet. I bumblefucked my way through this stream. There was apparently a podcast 7 hours ago from the side scrollers. So, I don't know, dude. This just feels like peak grifting. Well, grifting would imply that they don't actually believe this stuff.
We're just normal,
and that's
man.
what I mean to say. Some of these people are grifters. Some of these people are absolutely just like ideological. Alright, I think we're gonna call it here, guys. I think that's the end. Look, really? Okay, so the first one they had was in 2025. Okay. I remember they had the Nostalgia Critic. I mean, it's the first one, right? You don't really know what you're going in for.
Huh? It's got my name on it? Just when I thought I played every frustrating ball bust.
And where did they show? Oh, there's Arch. Dude, why wasn't Arch in this one? They should have brought back Arch Warhammer for this one.
To the tempest that was 2024. And so, the category Biggest Industry Failure exists to highlight those games Star Wars Outlaw.
See, last year probably was a decent year to have like a shitty, like a shit on people categories. Best Games Journalist. Are the cats freaking out? Best Nintendo IP, bro. This is such a mess. It's so easy. It is so easy to run an award show, and I don't know how people fuck it up this badly. Because, dude, there are so many indie games that want to get seen, and it feels like just a complete misunderstanding of what people want. I mean, obviously people want this. They're fucking paying. 1,337 people apparently are paying. Number elite are paying. But it's literally just like, in my mind, it's so shrimple. It is so shrimple. You fucking have the genres. You have each genre. And then that's it. You just have fucking best of in each genre and you're done. That's all you need to do. And these people get it so wrong. They're like, oh, here's the worst of this, and here's like, oh, the biggest fucking disappointment and everything like that. And it's like, not like that can't be funny, but like, seriously, you're not gonna make any friends like that. And they're so surprised that people don't like them or people don't want to be on their fucking show again. Whenever they... Oh, fuck. Whenever they act like that. It's just, I don't know. Very extremely messy thinking. Alright, I'm gonna call it here, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. That was my Cringe coverage of the real video game awards. That was more real. That was more genuine than Jeff Keighley's video game awards. I don't know how anybody would come to think that, but apparently that is true. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Good night, everybody. I'll be back probably tomorrow or Saturday night to cover the Leaflet drama. There's a little bit with that. Probably some shorter streams from here on out.